Hello, welcome back, my sproutlings, to the Moonlit podcast. Yes, I did just call you my sproutlings. I don't care how you feel about it. Um, I am your host, Sprout Greenway. The date is Thursday, as always, July 20th, 2023. The moon phase is the waxing crescent. Um, and today's topic is AI and its impacts on society. Um, but yeah. So, okay. The last time I had to do research on this was for a speech that I did back in May. It was a debate speech that I won. Um, Basically, it was talking about whether we think AI is good for us or AI is bad for us. And although I don't really believe in it, I got stuck on the side of the fact that AI is good for us. And that was the last time I had to actually research it. But I did do some more digging because obviously a lot has happened since that last time. And back then, back in like May, if I remember, they were talking. It was all about ChatGPT and the writer's strike, is what it was all about. That's all we knew about AI being brought up in conversations, and people were starting to question it and all of that. But what I found to prove that AI is good for us, even though, again, I don't actually believe in that, what I did find was ChatGPT itself. You know, everyone knows about ChatGPT because at one point or another, people have gone on there and tried to find a way to cheat on something, no matter the circumstance. And they would cheat on things, sometimes math related and sometimes not. But ChatGPT itself was created by the creator of Khan Academy. If you do know that, if you don't, it's a website that assists you in math courses and helps you get better with them. But basically, ChatGPT itself was created by them, and what it was supposed to do was tutor people in math. And it says this in a New York Times article. Yeah, I pulled out a New York Times article in the middle of a high school speech debate. But what the New York Times article was talking about was obviously ChatGPT, if it's good for us or not, and then obviously the whole like how it was made, why it was made, all that shebang, right? I don't have it pulled up because I can't find it anymore. I must have deleted the email because I got emailed. But basically, from what I remember, obviously what I just told you, and how it worked was it went through the Khan Academy videos, algebra, geometry, and just like math for like it's from the lowest grade that they start teaching math, I think, or I don't know what grades it starts from. I think it's from 6th to 12th or something. I don't know. But it went through all those videos. It taught itself math, and what it was going to do, what it's supposed to do is tutor. And while they were beta testing it, that's when they put it out for the public use. Still, while they were beta testing it, which is not really the smartest idea, in my opinion. but it's their thing. So I'm not gonna mess with it. That's their fault. Um, but yeah, that's what Khan Academy was intended to do. And a lot of people try to do it in other subjects. They try to cheat in other subjects. And if you do something for English, if you're like, hey, can you write an essay about this? Basically, it'll pull things from the internet and put it into one thing, which is original in not any way at all. It's not. It's an unoriginal piece about cats, an essay about cats. Okay, if you do that, it's just gonna be a bunch of facts from a bunch of different articles and stuff like that that you didn't pull. AI did. It's kind of stupid. Um, but that's why the whole thing with the writer's strike went on. And that's also why recently the actors like went on strike. If I remember, yeah, that's what happened. Um, so let me put something together for you. Imagine imagine with me right here that you were watching your favorite show, your all-time favorite show, favorite episode, favorite line, favorite whatever of the show. And you're sitting there, you're watching it, you're having a good time, you're having some laughs, you're smiling, crying, whatever you're feeling, right? And all of a sudden, they get to the credits, and it's not actors anymore. It's just the people who created the AI. No, thank you. I don't want to live in that world because I want there to be actual people who worked their butt off and had fun on set making my shows and making the scripts, the actual people making scripts. When the writer's strike went on, and as everything is still going on, I've been working on something on the side, and all of that, as all the writer strike, all the actor strike, I am just in belief, in disbelief actually is what I meant, in disbelief that all of this is happening, because okay, let me explain this to you. The Moonlit podcast is my way of helping me get my thoughts out, but also other people can listen to them at the same time. That's what this podcast is mostly. Is me making up different topics, me researching them. I literally research them before I record the episode. And it's me getting my thoughts out about this topic, and then others can tag along and listen and also comment on it if you're on the YouTube channel. Which I encourage you, if you ever have any thoughts about the episode or anything that I say, or any questions or anything, I encourage you to go to the YouTube channel and ask questions. Or do whatever. But this is me talking about these kind of things. And I have a piece, like I have two different projects. This is one of my projects. My other project is something that I've been working on for a while now. And it uses my writing skills. So this is me talking. My other project is writing. Bada bang, bada boom, shebang. I have two things that I love, and I'm putting it into two different projects. But and you, you guys should know, obviously, if you haven't figured it out by now, none of this is really that scripted. The only things that are scripted are the intro, the outro, and nothing else really. But overall, I'm just kind of angry at the whole AI thing. And it's just thrown me for a loop. But like honestly, yes, that is my mouse. It annoys me too. Um, let me move it down. But basically, while I was doing the debate speech, the reason why I brought up the whole like subjects and wives, math, wives will only created for math, all of that stuff, my whole workaround for that was to tell you how, for the rebuttal speech to the other person I was going up against, who again had the topic of the fact that AI is bad for us, which I wholeheartedly agreed with. In the first speech, he brought up like the writer strike and all of that, and I was like totally down with it. And then when we did our rebuttal speeches, he brought up the fact that one of our science teachers, our chemistry science teachers, had gone into ChatGPT during a lesson and asked it to create a chemistry lesson plan, which apparently was totally wrong. And if I had known the fact that it was created for math and math only, then I would have been like, okay, well, then what's the point of AI? But the fact that I knew that and I used it, and he started in the whole little back and forth where we were allowed to go back and forth and just talk to each other basically, he said that chemistry is algebra in a sense. You just replace the, like, whatever they're called, the like milliliters, like the units, you replace the units and it's basically algebra. And I was shook only because of the fact that yes, that is true, but it's not what Khan Academy taught it to do, so it's not going to be able to create a whole chemistry lesson plan. Sorry, not sorry, buckaroo, but no, just no, okay? I understand what was going on. I understand the thought process behind it. I wholeheartedly understand. I understand it. I don't know why I keep saying wholeheartedly. I don't do much wholeheartedly. But anyways, yeah. Um, what's this new research? I always pull up an article and just start reading from it. But the article that I pulled up, I realized that it was a 2021 article. So they even started talking about AI in 2021. But let's just say, I feel like it's gotten to the point where the sci-fi movies were all correct about AI being abused too much to the point where, like, a lot of things aren't that great anymore. Yeah, they were right. Wally, you're 100% right. Wally, good job. Wally! um, is that even, no, Wally! I don't think that's how you say it. It's something like that. Wally! I don't know. Eve, right? Yeah, that's Eve. I haven't watched Wally in a long time. But I feel like our society is going to turn into a version of Wally. And it's a Disney movie. Like, come on. It's gotten to the point where our lives will become a Disney movie? I thought those were all fantasy. Am I going to be my Prince Charming soon? Come on. Really? Really? Wow. But all this AI stuff is just crazy to me. Everything about robots and all of that, because we only know so much. AI is like a black hole to us. We barely know anything about it, yet we're jumping into it head first. Are we gonna make it out the other side, or are we gonna end up like spaghetti noodles? I don't know. Can someone tell me if they know? Because I need a little help here understanding AI. Oh my gosh. But this week's episode, honestly, okay, let me explain something. All my prompts for every single episode, all of that is written into a calendar. Every week I have a new task, and it's to do the episode. And I can mark it completed right now. But it's just all of it is in a Google Calendar where I have all of the topics already written for me, and then I just have to go do the research on them, and then I talk about them. That's how it is for this podcast. I have it all the way until the last episode of this season, which is in December of, it's December 14th is the last episode. And it's July 20th, people. That's like a little over 6 months in advance. I got a little bored during, like when I was writing this out. I got a little bored during summer school. So this is what I was doing. But again, if you have anything, I might want to do replace one of the topics with a Q&A episode. So if you guys want to see that, or if you guys have any questions that you want to have in the episode, then go head over to the YouTube channel, or if you're on the YouTube channel, the Moonlit podcast, by the way, still, just comment below questions or like anything you want to see or anything like that. The whole Sproutlings thing did come from someone on YouTube. It didn't come from me. It came from YouTube. But yeah. And I'm trying to think of, I was trying to make these episodes 20 minutes long, but it's 18 minutes right now. And I'm trying to lengthen it, but I don't know how to do that. Let's see here. I might also want to do a favorite foods episode about like different. You guys can give me like opinions of yours or like underrated opinions too if you want to, and I can like talk about them. I don't know. I'm getting too ahead of myself for like 10 plays on my Spotify. I have like 2 Spotify followers, I think, and as far as I've seen, but I know one of them is me, which is too funny to think of. But if you're not subscribed or following me and you're listening to this, what are you doing with your life? Please, please do, please do. As always, I want you to eat, sleep, drink your water, like stay hydrated, all that stuff. Unless you're like me and you survive off of Dr. Pepper in your veins, but that's not the point. Eat, sleep, drink, stay hydrated. Take your medication, And as always, look out for the moon for me. Love you guys.